Here's the issue, though. When there are leaks, and there are a lot of leaks coming out of D.C. right now, you know, it goes beyond just being a deep state undermining campaign to could be illegal. I mean, first of all, WikiLeaks has got their hands on thousands of documents that are very damaging. That came from a leak, not from WikiLeaks. Someone leaked that to them.
There are certainly holdovers from the previous administration into this administration, and some of them may not agree with Donald Trump. But to suggest that there's some sort of deep state conspiracy that they're organizing together to oppose our state is pure paranoia, and we shouldn't be talking about that because there's absolutely no evidence, and it's really, really unconstructive. You know, the mistakes that the Trump administration has made so far have been their fault.
Well, David, who's leaking? Who's leaking the alleged Trump dossier? Who's leaking the CIA leaks to WikiLeaks? I mean, who's leaking the wiretap to the Trump Tower? These are all leaks that have occurred from somewhere within there.
The Trump dossier came from a British former intelligence agent, so it didn't come from the U.S. government. There are some leaks,
yeah, but
how
do we find out about it?
There are leaks in every administration. You know.
Oh, not like this.
And you talk about WikiLeaks, but WikiLeaks has been a provocateur and agent of Russia, which the Trump administration was at least communicating with when they were releasing information that was intended to interfere with the election. So what I think we should all take a deep breath and look at what the evidence is. There have been some mistakes by the Trump administration, but the mistakes are their own. For instance, take the executive order.
Let me bring Rick in. Hold on, David, let me bring Rick in.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Look, no one should be surprised that the bureaucracy is liberal. I've actually never heard anyone argue that the Washington, D.C. federal government bureaucracy is not liberal. David would be the first person who has ever argued in favor of that. But the political appointees is quite another issue. If you are a political appointee of Barack Obama, it's not mean-spirited to say that you are done on the day that Donald Trump comes into office. That is not shouldn't be a problem for anyone. And by the way, the media are not going to help us because they benefit from the leaks from the liberal bureaucracy. Again, we're not trying to be mean-spirited. We're trying to face reality. Donald Trump won. Elections have consequences. Political appointees should all be from Donald Trump and conservatives.
Okay, all right. So Rick, let me ask you this, Rick. Let me stay with you for a second then. Now, what do they do? What are they still doing there? You know, Donald Trump famously used to say in those events, he'd say, "Get him out of here. Get him out." Well, get these guys out.
Well, look, any appointees that are still there because the administration has not yet replaced them, and the Trump administration will replace them. But I was at the State Department this morning. Most of the political appointees have been removed. Most of the top echelon of people under Secretary of State Tillerson have been removed. You know, Rick, I didn't say that the bureaucracy in Washington doesn't tend to be liberal. It does. But what I said is that they are not engaged in a deep conspiracy to oppose our government. And for you to say otherwise is really misleading. And I don't think the American people will be misled.
I don't think
you're going to go in and you're an appointee.
No, look, David,
to be ambassador to NATO, and for you to take those types of views into government is very dangerous, and it's not constructive.
No, David, listen. No, dial that back. No one is saying that these individuals are meeting together. That's your words. That's actually conspiracy theorists. What we're just saying is that they're innately liberal, innately against the Trump administration. That's not new news.
All right,
but you're calling them a deep state,
and that's what dictators do in foreign countries. Very much.